All right, testing, testing. Okay, here we go. So I had put in a complaint with the HCCC, trying to seek justice, trying to seek answers, and as I suspected, the Illawarra Cancer Care, with the reply, have already made me miss my chance for a fair reply. And the HCCC basically will accept any documentation from doctors to satisfy the procedures, but it's not fair because they're not looking at the facts, and it's not uncommon for doctors to fuck up, and it's not uncommon for doctors to not own up for their mistakes, and it's not uncommon for a hospital and the Illawarra Cancer Center to back their oncologist, and it's all bullshit. I'm out here, I've lost $400,000 in 12 months, and that's all I had. I sold my property and I was supposed to start a new life with that money, and it's all gone because of doctors' negligence here in this hospital. They lied to me. They told me that I've got 2 to 5 years to live, which is an absolute lie. And they kicked me out of the Illawarra Cancer Center. Dr. Lorraine Chandler, along with Rana from the Consumer Feedback, gave me a call in the same week, in the same few days after I met Dr. Cashman. They told me that I can no longer come and get treatment here because they saw that I went for a second opinion up the road at the private hospital to go and see useless Dr. Tafreshi, who lied to me and said to me that the disease was in my heart. And he said to me that Wollongong Hospital have made a mistake and that they're trying to cover it. And when I came back after saving my life, doing your jobs, I don't know where you guys got your medical degrees from and your oncologist, and you did your residency, you know, but all of you men are useless, including Dr. Chandler, okay? Because Dr. Chandler called me in the same week and said to me that you can no longer come and get treated here because we can see that another doctor requested for your medical file. How dare you? How can you even live with yourself? I hope you have a very, very bad Christmas. You, Dr. Cashman, and all of the doctors that have abused me, including Dr. Tafreshi and his wife with her ugly Iranian voice, okay? You have no heart. You're dealing with people who are sick, and you went into this career saying that you want to help people, but when it comes to the real life, no. You fuck up, you step on people, and you don't want to own to it. I put a complaint with the HCCC, and as I expected, and I expected no less, but for you guys to continue bullshitting and playing with evidence. But guess what? This is not gonna stop me because I've got nothing else. I have freed myself. I can't even get my son a birthday gift this year because of you guys. So I put in a complaint with the HCCC, and as expected, the reply is bullshit. Now, my issue was number one, lack of hormonal treatment between 2017 and 2019 when I was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma. I was under the care of Professor Klingen. I believe Professor Klingen was at the last days of his practice. He is the founder of this Illawarra Cancer Care. And when I met him, I think that's it, like he was almost retiring. So he only medicated me for 2 years. And when I asked the questions, he said that I was in and out of the hospital. I didn't come to my appointments. He said that I refused chemo, which is absolute bullshit. I love my life. And everything you guys can plan, but guess what? It's all up to God at the end of the day. I did not refuse chemo. Nobody even mentioned to me chemo. You guys told me do A, B, C, and D, and I did everything that you guys asked of me as healthcare professionals. So, under the care of Philip Klingen, I was never placed in the recommended 5-year hormone therapy following breast cancer to the right ductal carcinoma, resulting on a mastectomy on the right. This failure was explained by a desire to maybe have children in the future. During this time, I actually had an ectopic pregnancy, meaning the medication wasn't working because I was not supposed to have been ovulating during that treatment. And my doctor was aware of this. I had no intention to have children during my treatment, which is any person with a human brain will not want to get pregnant while they're treated, otherwise you'll have a disabled child, highly likely. I was aware that in the future, if I wanted more children, and I already have two, thank you Lord, I will have to wait a minimum of 2 years for the medication to clear from my system. Dr. Klingen was at the end of his career, and errors do happen. Another example, he told me that I watch out for my spine, that it doesn't curve to the right, resulting in deformity. This was non-factual, and for years I kept asking my local doctors and kept researching with no evidence to find. And just to explain that Dr. Klingen actually is one doctor that his spine is like that, so he's telling me not to be like him. What kind of nonsense is this? So until in 2023, I was confirmed that I was, in 2023 I was re-diagnosed on the same side. Thankfully, it was on the side where there was no tissue, so it was just like a skin. The cancer came back, but it was on the skin, and it was local. So all we had to do is shrink the tumor, operate, remove, put me on the right combination of medications, and by God's grace, I could have a healthy life. So when I went to seek the doctors in Melbourne, Dr. Sam Turani, when I went into his room, it was almost like an audition. Is he gonna save my life? Is he gonna do the right thing? Or is he gonna throw the chip in for medical studies? I'm not your learning curve, okay? I'm a human, I have a life, and I'm responsible of 2 children, and if God gives me life, I will live it. But it's not for you to take and unethically source people for your medical studies and your paper. So Professor Klingen dismissed significant symptoms, including menstruations during my treatment, failed to refer me for specialist follow-ups, and told me just live my life normally without proper exit plan. His advice led me to an unplanned pregnancy during my treatment, a dangerous outcome that was preventable with adequate monitoring. The third complaint that I had was reoccurrence and the delay of care. In 2023, the reoccurrence was detected. I was under the care of Dr. Sam Turani in Melbourne, who questioned my lack of long-term medication and included me in his research study without full understanding of or consent. He told me that he wants to write about me when he was examining me. I was then redirected to Wollongong, where care under Dr. Lawrence Cashman became increasingly distressed and inconsistent, thinking that I'll come back to Wollongong and I'll get all the answers. Ever since I was diagnosed with breast cancer, yes, I went to Perth, I went to Melbourne, all that, but I have not seen the care of any other department than Illawarra Cancer Care. Okay, at that time I owned the property just here down at Kirraville, where my mom lived, and wherever I went to visit or relocate for about 6-month period, I did not change my doctors here or went to see anyone else regarding my breast cancer. These people here, they lied. They said that I didn't come to my appointments, which is absolute bullshit. They said all these other lies that I'm going to uncover here. So far, I've got the lack of hormonal treatment between 2017 to 2019, medical dismissals and inaccurate information. Another complaint was reassurance and delays in care when I came back to here. Contradictory prognosis and breakdown in trust. Dr. Cashman initially promised to investigate my case, but failed to follow up. After surgery, on Valentine's Day in 2024, 3 weeks later, I was suddenly told by him that I had a terminal prognosis of 2 to 5 years. This contradicted earlier reassurance and shocked me emotionally and psychologically. I was then referred to a clinical trial without adequate support or explanation, and I was told that I would find all the answers from them. I was told if you wanted to increase your chance of living, try this. When there was a cure, when you guys kicked me out of here and told me that I could not get any more treatment, I went to Singapore 8 hours later and the doctor was laughing at me. I told them all the fucking bullshit that you guys were telling me here. The doctor said to me, no. I had to do test after test after test, and the result was your cancer is fed by hormones. And I was trying to ask Dr. Cashman, how fast is this cancer spreading in me? And he knew I was trying to ask this question, but I didn't have the right wording for it. But as an oncologist, you should know what your patient is trying to ask, even though if they don't have the right word, but you can understand what they're saying, but you don't want to give me the answer. Okay? It was moving at a space of 25% in my body. My hormones were at 177 when they should have been down to 80 something plus, not to feed my disease. And it wasn't brain surgery. I'm a very healthy woman, except for this disease that's in my body, which is taking over. But thank God, thank the Lord, thank you to the brain of my doctor in Singapore. Immediately, she sent me to have my ovaries removed. Are you planning to have any more kids? What kids am I going to have if I'm between life and death? Excuse me. What kids am I planning to have if I'm getting cancer treatment? Or I know that if I was to get pregnant, the hormonal changes in my body will increase my chance for the cancer to spread. Why would I put my life at risk when I already have 2 beautiful children to care for? People, please, like when you write something here, let it at least make sense. Don't just fucking write shit on your computers up there to cover your asses because you know you made a mistake, or you try to throw this person to come back to increase your GPT of the hospital, or trying to use this person as medical study. Fucking bullshit. So when I went to Singapore, I had my ovaries removed, okay? I was put on a combination of medication, not complicated. 4 months later, I'm healed. Hallelujah. How can I go from 2 to 5 years to live? You're fine. You're good. Am I a miracle? No, I'm not a miracle. That was the ABC of cancer, and you guys fucking failed. And now, I have to come out here looking like an idiot, broke-ass motherfucker, okay? Trying to get people to hear me out. And the HCCC staff members, you're negligent, you're not doing the right job because I gave you all the evidence and all you do is believe the paper. I told you, Dr. Tefreshi up the road here told me that my disease was in my heart. Scientifically proven the disease cannot be in my heart. Why does he get to lie and say shit like that? And then refuse to see me when I go back because Illawarra Cancer Care would not write the medication for me, and the PPS telling me that you're not eligible, when you guys know I'm eligible because I didn't get a fair trial on the first go on the medication. Post-start was the wrong medication for me, and on the PPS, if you write to PPS, they will give me this medication, and you refused. You gave me a private script, and you told me that we have nothing for you to do here. We don't know why you keep coming here. And all these other jokes that you guys made on me. Make sure you're not on my camera. Okay. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Dr. Cashman initially he promised me, and I used to come here complaining that I can't breathe. I went to the emergency hospital. Bullshit stuff in the emergency hospital. I came to the emergency. I couldn't breathe. I came 3 times. It took for me to be in the city, shopping, collapsing, calling the ambulance, going to St. Vincent, and some beautiful young doctor, 23 or 24-year-old doctor, telling me, excuse me, Taz, God bless this girl, man. I pray everything goes well in her life. She's a genius. She tells me that the disease has entered the lining of my lungs here. This is why I couldn't breathe well. This is why I was having all these issues. And none of you motherfuckers here came 2, 3, 4 times, could see that on the scan and tell me that. What kind of business is this? Call yourself doctors and fucking whatever. And Dr. Cashman, you promised to find out for me. When you came to visit me down at the emergency, I told you what Dr. Klingon was saying to me. I told you what Dr. Sam Turan was saying to me. And you sat there on the chair. And you said to me, I'll find out for you. And guess how you exited? Like a little kid who did wrong. You went like this and you walked away. Seriously, bro. We are not dumb humans. We can see what you guys are up to. If you ever want to know if a doctor did you wrong, just watch the way how he walks away. I'm a mother of two, okay? He will walk away like a child who did something wrong. You promised to investigate and then you started treating me like a difficult patient. And guess what? You wanted to throw me all in, okay? Did you think you're in the casino and wanted to use me as chip and your learning curve and funding and ethical funding of your research? No, I'm not. How can I go 8 hours later? There's a solution for me. They remove my ovaries. I get put under medication, and now there's not all the cancer in my body is asleep. Thank you, Lord. Just answer this question for me. Answer it for me. And don't tell me it's how the conduct here or not the conduct here. Of course, it's one of your procedures. You should have given me the option. But you told me that there is no other option for me than to go to your medical study. The loss of care following second opinion. Miss Lorraine Chandler, you think you can manage this department and you tell sick people like me who were told in the same week that I'm gonna die when I go and seek some idiot here up the road, okay? You tell me I can no longer come and get treatment because I went for a second opinion? What country do you think you're operating in? I was told I could no longer receive treatment with Rana, who's supposed to be the consumer feedback representative. And don't you lie and come and say it's miscommunication. It was not miscommunication, because guess what? Everything is in emails. I was told I could no longer receive treatment at the Wollongong Hospital after seeking second opinion with Dr. Ali Tafreshi in Wollongong Private Hospital. I was told another doctor requested your medical file and you can no longer get treatment here. A right every patient holds. I was essentially cut off the public care. This led me to seeking medical alternative treatment in Singapore. To my luck, I just sold my property that I co-owned with my mother, and I was in the middle of depositing into a new home, and yes, I was about to buy a unit at level 33, put a deposit at level 33, and a unit at the Brooklyn place here, apartments. And all the real estate agents at the Brooklyn and level 33 in Atchison Street know about it. I had my furniture in storage, and when I was told I was going to check out, I would say, when I was told I was going to die, I gave it all to my friend and asked him to come and pick up my stuff, because at that stage I was in the mindset that I wanted to have my family, not to trouble my family and have hardship, so I gave everything away. I was planning for my death, for God's sake. But there was a solution for my health. You all lied to me. And the systematic disrespect was one of my other complaints. Okay, I'm gonna read now what you guys have provided the HCCC for them to write what they wrote to me. All right. So actually, I'm going to read what the HCCC has concluded based on the results from you guys. Make sure that everything is being recorded. Stop calling me out. Okay. This was only emailed to me 2 days ago. Our decision concerning your complaint about the Illawarra Cancer Care and Dr. Lawrence Casherman. The Healthcare Complaints Commission has finalized our assessment of your complaint about the Illawarra Cancer Care and Dr. Lawrence Casherman. In your complaint about the Illawarra Cancer Center, you stated that after seeking a second opinion, you were advised that you could no longer receive treatment at the facility. Yes. You advised that this caused you to seek alternative treatment in Singapore. Yes. In your complaint about Dr. Cashman, you said that you were diagnosed with the breast cancer and was under his care. You advised that Dr. Cashman did not follow up with you regarding your care, and it took 3 weeks post-surgery for him to advise you that you were terminal. I didn't know that he was going to advise me that I was terminal, but yes, he surprised me. You alleged that Dr. Cashman, when suggested you to partake in a clinical trial, however, did not provide you with any explanation. Yes. Thank you for your bringing your concerns to our commission attention. I have outlined below steps by commission to assess your complaint. I've got a camera rolling. If you don't, you can go under. Just go under. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so our commission assessment of your complaint. The commission assessment assesses all written complaints. The purpose of the assessment is to consider information relevant to the complaint and to decide the most appropriate way to deal with the concerns in accordance with the Health Care Compliance Act 1993. Any information obtained is for our assessment purposes only. During the assessment of our complaint, the commission carefully reviewed the information I provided. We also obtained a response to your concerns from your Dr. Casherman and the Illawarra Cancer Care Center, as well as a copy of the relevant medical records. A copy of the response is attached for your reference. I have no idea what medical records they provided to you guys, but when I get my medical records and re-provide them for my 28 days objection, we will see. Outcome of assessment. After careful consideration, the available information, the assessment process has concluded the following findings. Within regards to the Illawarra Cancer Center, the notes indicated you were, of course, the notes, it's written by a human being who did me wrong. Of course, they're going to cover their asses. The notes indicated that they were, the notes indicated you were referred to the Illawarra Cancer Center in August 2017 for ongoing care treatment, following the right mastectomy and lymph node removal at the Sydney Tertiary Hospital, which is Sydney Chris O'Brien Hospital. Your engagement with the service appears to have been inconsistent, which is absolute lie, and your first appointment within the medical oncologist took place 16 months after your surgery on 25th December 2019. We note you moved interstate and disengaged from the Illawarra service. I moved interstate for a period of 12 weeks, but it was for a holiday and I did not see any other person, and I have committed to all my appointments. I booked flights to come specifically to my appointment and I went back. I did not see any other department because, like I said, I live around the corner here. This is my hometown. And in regards to saying that you guys are saying that I came 16 months later, that's not true. You guys are saying that I came 16 months later. No. When a patient goes through a mastectomy, there's a wound here, okay? You need the wound to be healed to start radiation. Now, I don't know why you guys didn't consider this fact. I don't know why oncologists here, when they're looking at this information, they didn't think, oh, Taz had a mastectomy. Am I straight away gonna come here and do radiation? And you guys said I refused chemo. I never refused chemo. Nobody even said to me I needed to do chemo. You gave me 25 sessions of radiation and put me on the medication, and that was it. I need it for the scars to heal, for my skin to be strong enough to start radiation. How can I come from my surgery straight away here to see you guys? Does that even make any sense? It doesn't make sense. I followed everything. I followed every appointment by the book. And guess what? If you think you can tamper here with your information, PPS records are available, my Medicare records are available, and it will all show the truth. And Dr. Sunda's available too. As a doctor, she can provide my records. It appears due to the on the 13th of December 2023, you re-engaged with the service following a diagnosis of it was not stage 4 at the time of cancer with the medical oncologist. It appears due to the breakdown in the patient-doctor relationship. It was recommended that you see an alternative oncologist. It was never recommended. You guys called me and you pretty much kicked me out of here, and my response was to Dr. Chandler, excuse me, how dare you kick me out of this hospital? I can't afford to go private hospital to go to get treatment. Yes, I went for a consultation and I paid $500 for that consultation, but I cannot afford to get treated under the private system when I'm an Australian citizen and it is my right to be cared for here in the cancer care, and I live just around the corner here. I said to you, this is my hospital. As far as I'm concerned, you all work for me. How dare you tell me you can no longer come and get treatment here on the same week that you lied to me that I was going to die and there was no solution for me. I went to seek care because you guys refused here, and I wrote you immediately an email. I understand you raised a concern in February 2024 and you were informed by the general manager that your concerns had been comprehensively, appropriately viewed in the line with the New South Wales Health Complaints Management Policy Directive. There were several investigations into your concerns, and each occasion's findings were consistent. Of course, the findings are going to be consistent. Do you really think I'm happy to be in this situation I'm in? Do you really think that I have nothing else to do than be trapped in your spider web? Just think about it, people, please. Of course, everything is going to be in consistency to what you guys do, because you don't want the outcome that you have given me. I am here dealing with your outcome. Regarding my request for the prescription of my medication, amivocycline, which you had been requesting, it is held within the Wollongong Hospital Pharmacy and is accessible on your presentation. You were also informed that the ongoing approval by the ISLHD Drug and the Therapeutical Committee is based on your continued positive response to the medication. Your oncologist would continue to coordinate the application for further funding. All right. When I came back from Singapore, actually while I was in Singapore, I emailed my doctor and I said, could you please request that, because I was refused care from you guys and I was talking to Dr. Tefreshi, I said, can you please request Dr. Tefreshi to write medication A and B for me as a script so I can get it? She wrote to Dr. Tefreshi, and the Dr. Tefreshi said back, emailed back to her and said, she has to be in Australia for me to do this. So when I did come back and I tried to see Dr. Tefreshi, they refused to see me. First, they tell me we're fully booked for the next 3 months. I said, no problem, I will wait. Second, his wife calls me and she's like, oh, it's not good for you to jump from doctor to doctor. But before she tells me it's not good for you to jump from doctor to doctor, she asked me what happened. And I said, oh my God, guess what happened? I went to Singapore and I saved my life, and this is what happened, A, B, C, and D. And she's like, well, it's not good for you to jump from doctor to doctor. And she shut the door on me and she was talking to me so rudely. And I complained about it to you guys, and you believe their notes over my truth. Why do I need to lie? Do I have got nothing else to do with my life? Or do I just enjoy having a problem or living in this nightmare? Honestly. So when I came back and I told you guys here at the cancer center that the medication is working for me, you lied to me and you told me that I'm not approved for this medication. While the PPS requirement, and I told you over and over again, it does state if you have a patient that did not have a fair trial of the medication, because the medication you guys put me on, I did not have enough trial on it, and it was off and on. You can put me on the other medication. It's okay to swap because they are the same price and they're on the same line. All you have to do is write and then they can swap it. But you guys used the wrong wording, and I talked about it. You guys used the wording and said, can you please consider our patient's situation? They're not going to say yes. But if you as a doctor say, hey, this is my patient's right, give it to them, they will give it to you. And you guys ended up doing that, and I ended up getting the medication now. So when you said that the medication is at the pharmacy, it's only when I pressed and I started coming here and doing real protest that you're giving me medication from the hospital funding. I don't want medication from your hospital funding because I already have PPS for me. But you guys are not taking the right steps for me to get PPS because I don't know what agenda you have. And now the commission is satisfied with the, oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is the best one. I have advised that the co-director cancer service met with you on the 11th of August and the clinical psychology appointment was extended, which you declined. Another bullshit lie. The psychologist, do you know what your psychologist up here looks like? Okay? I came to see her in 2017, and when I went in there, I was talking about all this personal stuff that was happening to me and that was stressing me. And after I finished talking, she goes, look, this psychology here is provided that if you have any issue with breast cancer, we can talk about it. Now, when I sat down, that would have been a very good information to tell the person sitting in front of you, this session here is offered if you want to discuss anything regarding breast cancer. But I went on a tantrum talking about other things, thinking that, okay, I just want to offload what's in my heart to get to the main point, which is my breast cancer. That was my first appointment with her in 2017. And this day that they said I didn't sit with her, I did sit with her. We sat down in the room, and this is wrong information. We sat down in the room. I was facing the door. She came in, and she put her phone on the table. So I am sitting where I am, and she's sitting there, and there's a table behind her. She puts her phone on the table, and she sits, and she crosses her hand, not very like welcoming someone that you can open up with and tell them that you're stressed with all this shit that's going on, that these doctors are putting me through. That's what I'm supposed to be talking about, because I can't relax, because you guys are fucking me around. And so she said to me, close your eyes. I closed my eyes, and she's trying to get me to do like some breathing techniques. I close my eyes, and all I can hear is and imagine all the things and Dr. Klingen in this room and all these things that was happening to me. And when I opened my eyes, I swear to God, and I'm closing my eyes right now. And the minute I opened, I see a woman with her arms crossed and looking at me with such negative energy. In that moment, I felt like, oh my God, what the heck is going on? I said, look, this is not working for me. And I left. So for you guys to say that I didn't do it, absolute bullshit, and it's a lie. And after that, I went and seek my own psychologist. And I am seeing a psychologist right now, a clinical psychologist, that he's helping me through this. So I don't know why you guys keep lying and lying and lying and lying. It's 2 weeks to Christmas. My son's birthday is coming up. I can't even pay my rent. I'm behind on my rent. I'm supposed to be a homeowner. Okay, and then you guys continue to say that, and with regards to Dr. Lawrence Kasherman, I understand you first came into contact into Dr. Kasherman's care in December 2023 when you relocated to Wollongong from Melbourne. You underwent a surgery with Dr. Beck on the 14th of February. And just to let you guys know that I knew nothing about what Dr. Kasherman telling me that I'm going to die in my life expectancy. He did not share that information with me. And he knew that was going on, and he just wanted to use me for medical study. Because on the 14th of February, I wrote a card and I took some chocolates to my surgeon, Dr. Beck, and I went in, and when I went into the theater, all I could see was all the staff members, and I was looking for him around. I didn't see him, and the only moment I saw him when I was laying down and everything is hooked up, all of a sudden I see him in front of me right here, and I waved at him. I said hello. And he did a beautiful operation, and I thank you, God, and God bless your hands. And I went after that to see him again, and that was the end of it. So thank you so much, Dr. Matthew Beck, for the operation, and it healed really, really well with nurse, really, really, really good. You can't even tell that there was an operation that was done recently in there. It says that Dr. Kasherman is deeply sorry about your communication with respect to the time frames. What are you trying to say to me? How can you send your patient to surgery, and when the disease is out of their body and they're being medicated, 3 weeks later, you tell your patient that they're going to die, and you twist the world around 360 degrees, and you guys don't want to be held accountable? And when I come to question you, you tell me, and I have this recorded in a voice recording that you approved of, you tell me that your case is complicated. My case is not complicated. You fell asleep on the wheel. And this is what the HCCC is saying. Absolute lie. He was aware of the results and had spent many hours determining the best treatment options for you, which involved liaising with other oncologist units in the Wollongong area. You line up your team. He made blah, 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 blah. You're telling me that it was uncurable. Well, am I cured now or am I cured? I'm not cured. I'm on a medication, yes. For life, yes. But is the disease active? No. Any signs of me dying? No. Thank you, Allah. So you doctors can have your own plan. You thought I was a chip that you can gamble me like a casino. No. You have your plan, but God has his own plan. And then due to the apparent breakdown, when I ask a question of physician relationship, you were appropriately offered an alternate medical oncologist. Bullshit. Your leader, Chandler, runner from Consumer Feedback, called me in my weakest bottom moment after you told me this after my surgery. You can no longer come and get treated here. That's all I think about all the time. I wake up at night thinking about this. It's like a freaking nightmare on repeat. You can no longer come and get treatment here because we can see that another oncologist asked for your file, who is Dr. Tafreshi, another liar, telling me that my disease is in my heart. And Wollongong Oncology made a mistake with me and you guys are trying to hide it. That's what he's saying. And I'm happy to take a lie detector test. I've got a camera rolling. Go down. Yeah. Got a camera. Thank you. Oh yeah. So when I did come back from Singapore, the first person I see is who? Dr. Chandler, sitting there in the room talking to me so loudly like I'm a deaf woman, telling me, we don't know why you keep coming back here. We have nothing for you, but I'm gonna write you a private script until Dr. What's her name? Dr. Francis comes. And when Dr. Francis came, she's like, you need to stop this recording of yours. I'm not sure. I've asked the legal team if you're allowed to record this conversation. So I stopped recording. You took my right away, Dr. Catherine. And then when I'm trying to find solutions for myself in regards to the medication, you said to me, oh, let's write to the Lilydale or whatever the company is called, the pharmaceutical company. You have made them enough money. Let's see if they will give you the medication for free. When PPS is available for me, but you guys refuse to write. Why? Because you want to protect your other gangsters. And then, on top of that, oh, why don't you try and get some medication from India? They said that they have them cheaper, but then again, you don't know what the medications in India do. And whenever I say praise God or praise something, you say, okay, you and your religion, you're making fun of me as a believer. Shame on you people. And on top of that, when you did approve the medication through the thing, who wrote me an email the next day? Didn't even give me a day to freaking breathe. Who wrote me an email threatening me, telling me you need to watch your tone of voice and your language. And not one time did I scream the way I'm screaming now. Not one time did I talk to you guys. I come in and I'm always peaceful, and I've got everything on recording. And then your senior, I'm gonna say her name because it's here, she emails me, if you have anything you want to say in the future or whatever, you need to contact me personally. Don't talk to anybody else. Oh man, I cried when I read that email. I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried because I have no idea why you people are doing these things to me. And when I did ask for a face-to-face meeting, for 3, 4, 5 months, I'm asking for a meeting, asking for a meeting, asking for a meeting, asking for... You did not get back to me, ignored me. I came here and I protested, seeking my rights. I was surrounded by security guards and removed from the hospital. Why? Just so you guys we can compare notes to what doctors write and what really happens in a meeting. So 3 weeks after my surgery, I'm sitting at Kula Apartments, and I think that I'm gonna see Dr. Cashman, and he's gonna give me the right combination of medication, and he's gonna tell me, like, confirm that everything went well. And I was gonna go and catch up with my mom overseas and take a break. But to my surprise, I come and he's telling me, yo, you're gonna die. 2 to 5 years maximum. And there is no cure for you, there is no medication, there is no solution. If you want, go to clinical trial. If you don't want, prepare your grave. I was upset. I already had a suspicion because when I go down to the my doctor, she's telling me, why aren't your doctors doing anything? I'm recording, you can go down if you want. Thank you. Thank you so much. When I go to my general practitioner, God bless them, telling me, why aren't these guys doing anything? This disease has moved to other parts of your body and they're not telling you anything and you're not aware. So when they put that in my mind, what I did, I went to every single place where I did medical testing, and I went, compared the results, and I came to you guys. I've got a camera here rolling. Okay. And this is what you wrote. I met with Taysir again today. This is on the 27th of March. I met with Taysir again today. Let me come closer, there's people coming. I met with Taysir again today in the company of our breast cancer nurse. That's Jade. She has recommended ribociclib and continued an anastrozole and Zolidex with no new side effects or symptoms of concern. ECGO performance status 0. Unfortunately, the most recent PET scan from earlier this month showed further disease progression, which developed into enlarged parliamentary lesions. This was already in my body from the beginning and you had no clue about it. And you didn't tell me. So now you're coming to say that between the operation to now, this is what's happening, which is a lie. And I showed you the medical results. And then when you read it and you seen that I know, you told me that your case is complicated. You lied to me. And I told you, Dr. Cashman, do you want to make me believe that 3 weeks ago I was in the green light? Now 3 weeks later, after this, I'm in the red light? You're a liar. And then you put me on the medication and you said that the treatment is no longer working. Why did you not just say, Taz, let's remove your ovaries? Is that you guys don't study that? Or the people in Singapore, they study something different? You're saying that you explained everything to me, but you're not saying that you guys failed to tell me that the disease was on my lungs and that's why it was causing me the breathing issues. You did not share with me any information as such, and you left it as a surprise 3 weeks later. And you did not write that I questioned you about these things here on this letter, on your notes. You're saying that I cannot comment specifically on what was discussed by her oncologists and surgeons whilst she was living in Melbourne, Victoria. I believe her management plans throughout have been within the responsible limits, and certainly her care at the Wollongong has been multidisciplinary with the involvement of Dr. Beck and discussion with the ISLHD breast MDT. You yourself told me that you would have felt more comfortable if Dr. Professor Klingen had put me on a 5-year cycle. You told me that yourself. In terms of the active anti-cancer therapy options moving forward, given her young age and keenness to seeking all possible options, I have liaised with Professor Elgin Lim, breast oncologist, based in St. Vincent Hospital, who has a few clinical trials available for discussion. I will organize, including other hormonal therapies and chemotherapy. In the first instance, you did not even tell me that I should be doing chemotherapy. In the first instance, I have suggested ceasing ribociclib and switching to anastrozole to fulvestrant, which is selective estrogen receptive degrader, administered and intravenously. I provided her with the patient information sheet and prescription today. I have suggested to continue to anastrozole for now, but after seeking Professor Lim, if the decision is made to commence, this should not cease anastrozole, and I would request that you administer these injections. They still also inquired about the role of further surgery. My general practitioner kept telling me, why aren't the doctors moving fast? My JP was getting really distressed. She said to me, go to the hospital here, come up here and tell them that you're not leaving until they tell you what is really going on with your body. And I did that. I came and I have it on audio. You guys sent me for an x-ray and I came back and you guys reassured me there's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with your body, you guys just have to go to your surgery and you're good. You reassured me and I go to the surgery, and then now you guys are telling all these lies. Yes, it was Dr. Elaine Pretorius, the general manager. The minute Dr. Catherine Francis called me and said to me that the hospital has given you the funding for the medication, which they didn't have to. I could have had it under PPS if you guys had done the right writing. I get an email from this Dr. Albadine Pretorius talking to me about the way I talk to the people up there. Yeah, it's my life. You people are lying to me. How do you want me to talk? And I was very rude. What I'm talking now, I'm angry, but I was never like this. Can't even talk straight English anymore. You told me, don't talk to anybody. If you have anything to say or you need anything, talk to me. I cried after you sent me that email. You guys just keep attacking me. This is a very difficult journey. Nobody here has any compassion. Not one day did someone here like seriously, bro. This is not funny. I can't even sit down to think about the good things anymore. There's good things that happened to me in this place, yes. But I lost everything. How can I go from selling my property to start and my kids' future? Like, what am I gonna do now? I literally have zero balance in my account right now. I'm paid my rent, $1,500, supposed to be $2,200. My mom, she keeps helping me, but until when? So you guys are claiming that my engagement with the service was inconsistent. That's bullshit. Go and have a look at your books. Every appointment, I was here. Every appointment I was here and I was on time. If I was late 10, 20 minutes, but I was here and I was on time and I followed everything. Why would I put, I'm not dumb like this. She frequently did not attend appointments with both radiation oncologists and clinical psychologists. Fucking bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Radiation. I went to every fucking session in radiation, and at the time my partner came with me to every session of radiation. I went. 25 sessions is recorded. You cannot fabricate this information. Psychologist, I met this person that thinks that they're a psychologist 2 times. One in 2017 and one time here when I told you she was crossing her arms. And I'm seeing a private one. Stop lying. I moved interstate for a period like 6 months or something, but I was flying back for my appointments and to see my mom and check on everything. I never seen anywhere else. If anybody I saw in Perth when I was living in Perth is from when I used to have lymphedema at the time and got some gloves for lymphedema. But anything, I'm not dumb like that. I don't want to mess up my situation. That's another lie. And I kept asking if anybody had the intention to really stop making me look like a mad woman here. Sit me down, tell me Taz A, B, C, and D, and if you guys make sense to me, I will understand. I will drop everything. But it doesn't make sense to me. You tell me that there is no cure. Why did you not guys tell me that I can remove my ovaries? Why did you not control my hormones? Do you not have that testing? And on top of that, I told you guys I got a call from someone in a private call telling me whatnot, having this long conversation with me. No, we're gonna find you right, we're gonna do this, and I suspect it was Lorraine Chandler because she called me on private and she pretended she's the regional manager of the consumer feedback, telling me that I should go and seek legal. And none of you guys, one person told me go and complain to the HCCC. No, you all left me hanging. I came here to protest like a mad woman. Only that, when you guys started writing to PPS again, and when you guys suspected that the disease was back, everybody started showing their face. Dr. Lawrence Cashman is there in reception, and I have to see him. Lorraine Chandler is there. Oh, the disease is here. Thank God there was no disease. And you guys always breaking privacy about our cases. I came to see Dr. Saida. I'm waiting in the reception. I don't want to sit where I can see Dr. Cashman. I sit here on this side where the big chairs and the drinking water and stuff. I come and I look and I see Dr. Saida is really distressed. She's looking like a fish that's out of the water. I said, oh, let me, for the first time in my life, I'm trying to be evil. I said, let me eavesdrop and see what's going on. I couldn't even invest 2 minutes in that bullshit. I left it alone. She was running late for the appointments. I went in. I could tell she's stressed. And look at the irony here. And this is someone's situation in the Illawarra. This is someone's situation in the Illawarra, and I'm gonna tell you guys the incompetency that's happening up here. Okay? She told me this patient told her that they must have had a problem. So the patient told Dr. Saida that I don't like you, and Dr. Saida said I don't like you too. Doctor, where's your control? You're supposed to be the one dealing with us. And then I said to Dr. Saida, oh my God, I am so sorry. She was really stressed. And I said, I am so sorry. We're all humans here. But you guys are doctors. We are patients. Okay? And I started saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry, doctor. Look, you need to forgive us. We sick people were like drunk people. You cannot excuse a drunk person. Like, excuse a drunk person, I mean. I'm so sorry this happened to you. But inside of me, I was laughing. I'm laughing because 2 minutes ago, you weren't even helping me. You're like tapping my knee saying sorry to me whenever I ask you for a question. You're treating me like, it's okay, sorry. Ah, man. Seriously. And then Dr. Kashaman, and then I went to seek some other opinion from one guy up there near St. Vincent Hospital. You all know each other. You all studied together. You all did your internship together. Everybody knows everybody. And we, just the patients here, 23,000 people in Australia hanging around the same crew. Okay? And you guys are passing us from like this one ball to another ball. And this is unethical sourcing of clinical trial patients. Fucking shit, I swear to God.